Hello everyone, welcome back. My name is Dalton Cowan, and recently I have become a professional tattoo artist. I've been tattooing for about 4 months. Before then, I did all kinds of stuff, mostly piercings, and I have a lot of tattoos, like a lot. I have them on my face, I have them here, here, all over my neck, both hands, just everywhere, both sides of my head, covered in tattoos. Now, they're well done. There's no gang insignia or anything like that. When I say all well done, I mean for the most part. Okay, we're all young and dumb. We all make less than kosher decisions from time to time. But tattoos these days are becoming a lot more mainstream and a lot more socially acceptable. I tattoo everybody from young people to old people, people of all types, races, all types of professions, everyone from police officers to doctors to degenerates to crackheads. I mean, I tattoo anybody. I don't give a shit. You got money and you want to spend it with me, come on in. But the reason why I make this video is just to illustrate to you people that just because I'm as tattooed as I am, and just because like your popular musicians are and stuff like that, may or may not mean that it's a good idea for you. Now, I'm not trying to gatekeep anybody, and I've never been one to do that or to try to tell somebody else what they ought to do with their life or their body. It's not my business. But it might not be a good idea. I mean, I've seen all kinds of people just get blasted all over their face with garbage, and it's like, man, like I wouldn't hire you looking like that to rake my lawn. But in general, when people look at people who have a bunch of tattoos and they say, wow, you'll never get a good job now. You really closed off your career options. From what? Being around a bunch of snooty people? Working in some corporate racket? Working in some office somewhere? Okay, yeah. Who the hell wants to do that? I certainly didn't. I mean, unless you're in this industry, I wouldn't recommend getting your face tattooed. Unless you're in this industry or unless you are financially set, if you're still living with somebody, depending on somebody, if you don't have your life together, the worst thing you can do is go out and get your freaking face tattooed. I mean, that's just a stupid idea. But again, do what you want. I'm not your dad. I'm not the police. I'm not a pastor. I don't care. I do not care what other people do. But it's funny, because I walk into places sometimes, people look at me like I have 3 heads. I think even though I'm tatted up, I'm relatively normal and I carry myself in a relatively normal fashion. But every once in a while, I see it. The stares. And I'm never ever rude to anybody. I mean, I know exactly why they're staring, first of all. But there's a difference between somebody who's like, man, that guy kind of looks interesting, and somebody who's like, that's the devil. And you can tell, and you can see it. So it's always funny to me. Because number one, I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm perfect or I'm a great person or anything like that, but man, I'm pretty normal. I don't do anything crazy. I'm not here to rob anybody, So it's always funny to me. And we never ever judge people for not having tattoos. We just get judged for having them, which is fine. We know that going into it. If you're getting a bunch of tattoos and you don't think that people are going to look at you differently, then you're in for a rude awakening. It's always quite funny. Because they probably assume that I'm just like a degenerate or a drug addict or something like that. I probably make more money than they do. So be careful who you judge. I mean, but I get it. But no, I love tattoos. I don't know what this video is about. Have a good night.